It's all over. The Robert Mueller investigation has concluded, and he is not recommending any further charges. The result is that there has been no evidence of Russian collusion in the 2016 election. I mean, there's a ton of us that already knew that, but the mainstream didn't want to hear it. And the mainstream media seems to be losing its mind a bit. Some of them are coming up with justifications to continue the anti-Russia hysteria. People like Rachel Maddow are just losing their minds, crying on television to find out that there is nothing there. It was a lie from the beginning. Christopher Steele, the guy who wrote the dossier that kicked all of this nonsense off, has already admitted in court, I covered this in a previous video, that he used completely baseless accusations, not evidence, baseless accusations from a now no longer running CNN website that was user-generated content, that was unedited. It was not fact-checked or reviewed at all. Just people on the internet literally just making the claim that Trump had colluded with Russia. That it's over. There was no evidence from the beginning. But what about the servers, you ask? What about the Democratic Party servers that Russia hacked? Are we going to forget that the investigation actually turned out that the data transfer rate of all the emails was faster than what could have been done over the internet, and it would have to have been done by a flash drive? And that's just a quick look. The Democratic Party won't even allow the FBI to look at their servers for the alleged hacking, and that should tell you everything that you need to know. Of course, because it was all embarrassing, because it was shown that Bernie Sanders was completely robbed of the nomination for the head of the Democratic Party. And, it's not just, that information came out, and Michael Moore put it in his movie, Fahrenheit 11/9. So even like a mainstream kind of liberal outlet like Michael Moore put that in there. There's one thing left to say. No, two things left to say. One, Trump just won. I know you don't like it, but he won fair and square. I know, I don't like him either. I don't prefer him over Hillary. I don't prefer either one of them. But he did win fair and square, and that is a fact. And you're now going to have to accept it. Or you could come up with some kind of conspiracy theory in your mind about how maybe Robert Mueller has been brainwashed or something, or paid off or threatened or something like that. I'm sure that a lot of liberals will come up with something to justify continuing this lie. The whole past, just over 2 years or something, of anti-Russian hysteria has been based on absolutely nothing. All this aggressive foreign policy called for by liberals has been for nothing. So maybe the Democratic Party might want to go ahead and apologize to Russia. Maybe many of the liberals who are making everything up should go ahead and apologize to Russia. Apologize to Putin. Hey, Stephen Colbert, you made a lot of, really smart mouth comments, a lot of comedic insults, and you are a comedian, yes. Are you going to apologize to them now? Are you going to apologize to Trump for calling him Putin's cock holster? Any of that? Probably not. But it's so wonderful. All they found was that the people running his party, that being the Republican Party and Trump's campaign, were greasy capitalists who avoided taxes, hid money, etc. Exactly what we knew they were going to find anyway. I mean, you don't get into that kind of position by being a quote-unquote honest businessman. And there's probably going to be some more stuff that comes out in the future. And I'm sure there's just as many of them in the Democratic Party were the same way. But here's the main point that I wanted to make. There are those of us who looked at the evidence from the beginning, watched the Senate hearings talking about how there was no Russian bot interference, and that most of these so-called ads that influence election, that's the point of ads, that's the point of political ads, is to influence opinion. I know that that's a shocker for some people, but yeah. No one actually saw, and the ones that people did see were mostly after the election. And that was the Senate, or was it a congressional hearing? I can't remember. One of those two. And that was made public. But then just ignored that it happened. So those of us who really looked at it with a critical eye and said, this is nonsense, this is a lie. And all of us are vindicated now because of it. Donald Trump, pull the blinds, accordion. So, every single liberal that went out there screaming Russia collusion, every mainstream outlet that claimed Russian interference, apologize. Apologize to every single person that you insulted. Apologize to every single person you called a liar. And apologize to every single person, every institution, every single tiniest of God's creatures that you insulted with this Trump-Russia rhetoric. Apologize. Because we all deserve to be apologized to. But you know what? I mean, we know it's not going to happen. We're not going to get it. And in fact, we can look forward to this anti-Trump, anti-Russia hysteria over collusion to continue. I mean, there are perfectly valid reasons to impeach Trump, the real actual crimes that he committed while in office, and could have gone after that. But going after his entire presidency was more important. And now, what have you got? Now you have to change gears entirely in order to try to get rid of him. So once and for all, it's over. There was no Russian collusion. You, the mainstream media, the mainstream media, lied. You, liberals, fell for it. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.